Hey guys, it's another molar mass practice number one. This time it's problem number 5. And on this one here, I'm going to start going ahead and have you write the name of the compound. Okay, that's going to help you out. I'm going to go through the name. Now this one here begins with a polyatomic ion. So we have to look at our last sheet in our packet. And it ends with a polyatomic ion. Now one thing I'm going to say about when we have polyatomic ions at the beginning, just like we do at the end, they are going to be just like type 1. So we're going to nail them just like type 1. So there's no Roman numeral. And the reason is because polyatomic ions only have one charge. And since they only have one charge, all we have to do is find out what what the name of each one is. So when we have a compound like this, all we have to do is write the name. So let's go ahead and go to the first part. So NH4 and PO4. So we're going to go to the last page. I'm going to scroll all the way down here and get all the way down to our last page. And we're going to do NH4. Now you can look at the ends, but you're not going to find it there. You're going to find it really right up here at the beginning. So it is right there. It is ammonium. So you're going to write ammonium down. Then you're going to do pH4. We're not worrying about how many of each one we have. We're just naming it. So pH4 is right over here. So we're going to call it ammonium phosphate. So if I go back to this, we're just going to go ahead and write this down as ammonium phosphate. So there's our name. Okay. From this point, what we're going to do is we are going to write down all the elements. And we have to get the weight of each individual element, and then we got to multiply it by the number of times that element appears. So we're going to write down the element and then how many of that we have. Then we're going to multiply by its weight, add all those weights up, then we'll get the molar mass. So let's start off with, we have nitrogen. And in nitrogen, we have, remember, ammonium 3 times. So I have 3 nitrogens. So 3 times 1, we know that we have 3 nitrogens. After that, we have hydrogen. Hydrogen, it looks like I have 4, but I have 4 3 times, so I have 12 hydrogens. Okay, let's go on to the next element. I have this one right here. I have phosphorus. So we're going to put our phosphorus. And if we looked at phosphorus, there's no subscript. It's not in parentheses, so we're not going to do anything else other than 1 phosphorus. And then we're going to do our oxygen. Our oxygen, we do have a subscript. There are no parentheses like they are for ammonium over here, so we just have 4. So we're going to take each one of those and we're going to multiply that by whatever the weight is. Okay, so we're going to come in here and look at our periodic table. And if I look at our periodic table, we go back up to where our periodic table is. So that's up near the beginning. And here's our periodic table. So we had N, which is 14, and H is 1. So that's ammonium. So we're going to do N is 14, and H is 1. Now we got to do phosphorus and oxygen. So let's go back to the periodic table. Phosphorus right here, which is 31, and oxygen is right here, so the weight is 16. So we're going to put down 31, and we're going to put down 16. Now again, we're going to put down what they equal. So we have each one in here. And so what we're going to do is we can do the easy ones first. 12 times 1 equals 12. Okay, 1 times 31 equals 31. Now we might need a calculator, so we're going to go ahead and put our calculator in. And let's just go 3 times 14 equals 42. Okay, so we're going to put 42 right there. Now again, I always like to double check it. So we'll just do, again, 3 times 14 is 42. That's good. And then 4 times 16 is 64. But let's double check that. Okay, so 4 times 16 equals 64. So we are correct. Now, the reason the way I came up with 64 was I know that 16 plus 16 is 32. I have that doubled, so that's 64. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put down our molar mass is going to equal all of these, okay? I'm just going to move it over so I can total it up. And so we're going to get our total up there. So we're going to take 42 plus 12 plus 31 plus 64, and that equals 149. So we're going to put in 149, and that's going to be grams of this compound right here, ammonium phosphate. So we're going to copy that ammonium phosphate, copy, and we're going to paste it. So there we go. That would be our answer. But again, as always, I like to double check things. So we're going to go back here to this right here and see if this is actually 149. So 42 plus 12 plus 31 plus 64 equals 149. That's it. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and highlight my answer. So we're going to highlight it in a different color. If you would for me, my eyes are getting bad because I'm getting old. Please make sure that you highlight it in a light color, not a dark color, so I can actually see what you have down there. Okay, so there we go. There is our molar mass for question number 5 of practice sheet number 1. As always, go Mohawks. Nelson out.